A new neuroimaging study has recently been released, funded by the chief executive of our nation. Here to talk to us about that study is Dr. Herbert Spencer.
Please. Max, please call me Herb.
Herb, tell us about the study.
So, in addition to research that we've already had talking about the differences between men and women's brains, like emotional control and hormonal stability and general neurological capabilities and capacity, the new research that we just conducted, it was fairly extensive, has identified that in a woman's brain there is a different molecular signaling that occurs with inhibitory responses and synapses in the hippocampus.
For the audience at home, why don't you break that down into layman's terms?
Okay, what this means is that memory systems are wired incorrectly in a woman's brain. Even things as simple as where they park their car can't be trusted. So the brain has a tendency to write and unwrite almost fictionally. While our women mean well, and I'm sure they think they're being honest, we have to recognize that they are fundamentally incapable of conveying information accurately.
So Herb, I guess my question is, why do we need a study to tell us what we've known our whole lives?
Right.
But seriously, a few years back I read about a research study, the Pankhurst study. Are you familiar with this?
Yes.
And I believe that it says the difference within genders is actually greater than the difference between genders as far as our brains are concerned. Now, that goes against what your study's saying. How do you speak to that discrepancy?
I'm really glad you brought that up, Max, because it was actually the focal point of our research. We wanted to look into that. Unfortunately, the results that you're referring to are not viable. The data that was collected and the research that was done was actually conducted and executed by women, and so by definition we can't accept it, and the current scientific community is just rejecting that.
Well, there you have it, folks. Women are even less capable of making decisions than we originally thought. Men do, as Trump says, take care of your girls. And women, apparently you can't even trust yourselves, but you can trust us. We'll be back after these messages.
Grace, I'm so glad you reached out. I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, I didn't notice.
I saw the interview. Are you okay?
What interview? I haven't been with a man all day. You know the rules.
They interviewed Dr. Spencer on TV. He was talking about the big study that they just did. It's totally insane.
No, I read it. It makes sense.
Grace, they discredited the Pankhurst study.
Oh, you can't trust those studies, darling. They were executed by a woman.
They were executed by you. That was your study.
It's unreliable data, Sam. I could have been on my period or something. I don't remember. You and I both know I can't remember anything accurately. I didn't ask you here to talk about studies. Do you remember a few years ago you asked me a question? I was wondering if it was still on the table.
About marriage?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I remember.
Right, of course. Here, I can.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant... Okay.
Well, then,
Yes. Yes, you'll marry me? You know what I mean.
good. If I marry you, you'll let me watch the news, right?
Yeah, of course. No, I can also take you to my lab anytime you want, if you still want.
No, I'll be too distracting to know that
You were always pretty distracting to me. You really want to get married? You're sure about this?
Who knows, in a few years, it might not be a thing that's proposed, something enforced. So I'd like to make a choice while I still have one. Yes. No, it's okay. I'm going to, yeah.